You ever have someone get so mad at you based off what you believe? They get so mad that they call you names. I know we all done dealt with that. Recently, I've seen myself dealing with that a lot more because I've been questioning things that I've been taught and believed for all my life. And I'm finally using my own brain and researching things on my own and coming to find out that, certain things just I'm not doing anymore or celebrating anymore, such as like holidays. If you do a little research, you'll see there's different meanings behind these holidays, and I just can't agree with them, right? So I make a video and I'm talking about, just having people critically think about the things that they believe. I'm almost 30 years old and I'm just now coming to this realization. So I know there's a lot more people the same way, right? Seems fair. Just to bring it up seems fair. So, some people disagree, some people agree. Cool. You believe in what you want to. No one can force you to believe in anything. But I can state my opinion on my platform. So that's what I do. It gets somebody in the comments who goes at some and questions somebody else in the comments about, they actually agree with me on what the holidays represent and stuff like that. She says, how? And being that it's my post, I simply just respond and say research, because we all can do our own research and you can form your own opinion based on your research, if you want to do the research. I get a response that says, yeah, whatever, Karen. Okay, that's the first name call there. So I go to her page. She's 39 years old. So I come and respond. Oh my God, you name calling at 39. It's very, very amusing. She responds and says, that's all you got? As if she was looking for more of a response from me, from her calling me a Karen, and didn't get the response and then proceeds to call me a lame ass trick. That was the name call. Second one. So at this point, I'm really, it's really tickling me. And I really didn't understand where the anger was coming from based on the names that you're calling me. I didn't understand where the anger was coming from. So it got weird. And I state that in the post. She proceeds to say nobody was talking to you in the first place, so go take your wannabe woke ass somewhere else, as if this wasn't my post. Okay, shout out to my followers, man. They got my back. Someone says something about me making points. Shout out to Chu. The lady comes back and says, what points? What's points, actually? He's just a fake and he sounds so stupid. More, that's two on one. That's 2 for 1 right there. And it just led me to think and question like, yo, what will make somebody so mad at me just speaking my opinion that they go as far as to do the name calling, especially at that age, So I do my research and I'm just looking up stuff. And what came up is, what is the psychology behind name calling? So it's easy to be dismissive and judgmental when you don't understand someone else's perspective. But when we do this, it's a sign that our emotional intelligence is lacking. Pretty much what that seems like, because if you can't be open to others' opinions, just scroll past. You don't have to do the extra name calling. But if you're not emotionally intelligent, you would come off and do stuff like that, right? What it screamed to me was like a form of narcissism. It seems like this woman has got triggered by what I'm saying and kind of feel hurt, injuring the mental mind state that she's in, believing whatever it is she believes in that made her call me names, right? Just look up what makes narcissists mad, or what is narcissist rage. Narcissist rage happens when a narcissist receives an injury. This perceived offense causes the narcissist to flare up with anger. Okay, that's why she's that mad and would call me a name when I don't even know who this is. Okay, that makes sense, right? What is narcissistic injury? And that occurs when a narcissist thinks their self-esteem or self-worth are threatened. A hit dog is gonna holler. The narcissist's false self is exposed, causing distress that leads to narcissistic rage. I'm saying, oh, okay, so yeah, I injured your narcissism or the way you think. Okay, narcissists are extremely sensitive individuals. Oh, with very low self-esteem. When their shortcomings are pointed out, they become defensive and frustrated. Their delusions of grandeur are put on display and their inadequacies are highlighted. So just doing more research, I'm like, what's grandeur? So I look up grandeur, and grandeur is the quality of being great and impressive in appearance. So I won't speak on the appearance of this lady, but I did go to her page. I can see why she feels injured by what I'm saying. Me personally think like narcissists are delusional. So I look up like delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur are associated with narcissistic personality disorder, which is a mental health diagnosis listed in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or DSM. A narcissistic personality may cause people to greatly overestimate their own importance and believe in their own uniqueness. It also says it is the false belief in one's own superiority, greatness, or intelligence. People experiencing delusions of grandeur do not just have high self-esteem. Instead, they believe in their own greatness and importance, even in the face of overwhelming evidence to the contrary, which is literally what my video was about. If we critically think and put two and two together, you'll clearly see it doesn't equal four. So certain things we probably should question more, right? Very fair, very fair. Someone might, for example, believe they are destined to be the leader of the world despite having no leadership experience and difficulties in interpersonal relationships. Sounds like that's beyond me, right? She seems triggered, of course, clearly triggered. I find out what are triggers of narcissist rage, and there are 8 of them. So I read them all. They don't get their way even if what they want is unreasonable. They feel that they've been criticized even if the critique is constructive or said kindly, which everything was. They're not the center of attention. They're caught breaking rules or not respecting boundaries. They're held accountable for their actions. Their idealized self-image was harmed in some way. They're reminded of their manipulation, inadequacy, or shame. And they feel out of control of their surroundings. It seems that this is what's going on, right? We all deal with stuff like this. And I think the bigger message here, the bigger picture is we have to understand what we're dealing with when we're talking about stuff that we believe in. And you got to understand what comes with it. So they do have steps onto, how to deal with stuff like this. But a couple steps that I just wanted to key in on particularly. Stay calm. And that's really one of the things. This is for your own well-being. The narcissist enjoys seeing you rattled and upset. Make every effort to stay calm. Try meditation. It can help you to slow down your breathing and calm anxieties, creating a sense of detachment from the narcissistic drama. Counting down, refocusing, or finding your happy place will keep you calm when faced with narcissistic rage. That's why it doesn't really bother me, this stuff being said. Another thing that you can do when faced with this is remember that this is not about you. Right off the first name call, this is not about me. Everything is always about the narcissist. Remember that. Their wants and their needs. When you understand this, it's easier to deal with them and the narcissistic tactics that come along with them. Understand where the fault lies. Victims of narcissistic abuse tend to blame themselves for the rage given by the narcissist, often finding reasons why their behavior led to the rage. That's wrong. Understand that this is a personality disorder that has nothing to do with you. It was probably established well before they met you. There is nothing within you that you need to fix in order to appease the narcissist. This is not your fault. They have an insatiable appetite for attention, and there is nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that you can do about that. So don't worry about name calling and stuff like that. Just remember to stay calm, understand where this stems from, and then understand that it's not your problem. They have a bigger fight on their hands that literally has nothing to do with you. This might help other people when they're dealing with narcissists. Some people might actually be in relationships with narcissists or have narcissistic friends. You got to understand how to deal with folk like this. And ultimately, it's probably best that you get those people away from you because they'll always try to bring you down or say, demean you to make themselves feel better, right? We see y'all narcissists, but we also understand that we are not the problem and we don't have a problem. It's you. Always remember, knowledge is power, and it's better to have it than to not have it. All right?